Let's get the stakes up. Let's get the energy up, chat. Let's get the energy up. It is time for your hot takes, man. Let's do it the right way. I might take it easy on you guys today. Let's get your mid on. Here we go. Hot takes Dragon Ball edition, man. And we'll start off with some hot takes, man. Let's have fun, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have fun. GT wasn't bad. I mean, every hot takes video, there's a GT wasn't bad take. I say the same thing every time. Execution, not my favorite. However, in terms of concepts, beautiful, fantastic concepts. It's just execution wasn't there for me. Vegeta is better than Goku at just about everything. They keep giving Goku cheap power-ups. Yeah, okay, so this guy says completely untrue. I agree with this guy. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Goku is a legendary character. I don't know how you think Vegeta's better than him at everything. Goku is a more, I would honestly say, depending on how you live life, a more relatable character. Honestly, a more realistic character. I know that's going to sound crazy considering they're both Saiyans, but to not have unpopular takes on unpopular takes, because obviously this take is unpopular. Goku being just weaker than Vegeta is just straight up untrue. Goku is implied several times in even their first fights he'd be able to win at Kaioken times 3 and 4 if his body can keep up, and I don't think that's a cheap power-up. He trained for that. You want to talk about characters that get cheap power-ups? Vegeta exploits Zenkais. Goku does as well, but he doesn't know he's exploiting them. Vegeta, on the other hand, frame one, Krillin, shoot me through the chest. Thank you. Like, it's, I don't know about that. What are the cheap power-ups? I heavily disagree. Trunks has a top 3 introduction into the series. First form cells up there. I think Frieza's is underrated. Goku Black's is definitely in the 3. Yeah, probably. I don't even think that's a hot take. Everybody says Trunks' intro is like that, though, right? But yeah, Trunks is probably in there. Because what I'm going to do, say Cell, Goku Black, and someone else was better? Probably not even a hot take. Super Saiyan Blue was unlocked far too early. There should have been a learning curve of going SSJ with God Ki. The concept of total ki control of Divine Ki and Unhinged Rage needed to go Super Saiyan should have conflicted with each other. Would have also allowed us to enjoy Super Saiyan God for a lot longer. I agree. I didn't read the manga. I think this isn't a hot take, though, to be fair. But yeah, I've always had the notion that the way that Dragon Ball Super should have went to, if they had to retcon anything, Battle of Gods, Goku has Super Saiyan God. Revival of F, reveal Vegeta having Super Saiyan God. Universe 6 tournament, reveal Goku able to turn Super Saiyan Blue. Maybe even Vegeta, but nah, honestly, Goku. By the time you get to Goku Black arc, Vegeta and Goku have blue, but now Goku has blue Kaioken. You can continuously make Vegeta chasing Goku in that situation. Goku versus Piccolo in the martial arts tournament in OG Dragon Ball is the best fight in the whole series. Didn't you say this last time? But I don't think that's the best fight. Yeah, don't spam every hot take of the week with the same hot take. That's going to be annoying. The best way to fix Videl after her short-lived stardom without changing the story would have been to give her PTSD after that brutal breakdown. That would explain why she doesn't want to keep up with Gohan and Kibito, not fighting more, etc. That makes sense. If the plan is to write off Videl to never want to fight again and have PTSD, sure. I don't think it does much for us caring about the character unless that's like a secondary plot point, though. So I don't think that that's the best way to fix the story, because ultimately we would then clamor for Videl to get over her PTSD and want to fight again. We wouldn't just be accepting of her having PTSD and being like, I'm never fighting again. While that'd be realistic of us, it's not. It's Dragon Ball. We wouldn't want that. But I hear you. It would at least give her a little bit more nuance. But like, if you told me that was going to be an element, I would want to see her training again, because that would make her more compelling as well. My hot take is that instead of 17 winning the tournament, it should have been Jiren. Would have been predictable, yes, but I think winning the tournament and wishing everybody back who was erased would have helped Jiren's character more than 17, especially how we changed fighting Goku. Hard disagree like hell. Jiren needed to lose. The theme of strength, one thing that Akira Toriyama and Goku need to be the faces of, I will sing this until I'm blue in the face, is Goku is the power friendship guy. He's the power friendship guy for sure. I say that to say the true path to power is the strength in others. Jiren just learned that lesson. It's even shown symbolically when the glass shatters in that scene. It's shown that he's finally broke through and learned that lesson. However, one, he's severely fatigued, and two, and most importantly, the strength in others is gone now. If Jiren wins that fight, the whole ideology of what the path to power is kind of is just disproved. proven unless you are really adamant that Toppo's speech is enough, which it really isn't. It's also the reason why Goku in MUI doesn't just GG Jiren like he could, and most likely in other scenarios should, and if Jiren was evil, straight up would have, because ultimately the path to power is the strength in others. If MUI Goku deletes Jiren from the tournament, the point. My own hot take. I have 2 hot takes, one at the end of the video. I'll say right now, Dragon Ball Super has the best ending in all of the Dragon Ball variants, in my personal opinion, and the idea you want to change that is crazy. Akira Toriyama is to manga what Michael Jordan is to basketball. This is so crazy because this was a day before. Oh my God. But yes, we all agree. Not even on some bias stuff. I know some guy's going to keyboard it up. It's not even like that. I genuinely agree. Akira Toriyama, even prior to his passing, without a shadow of a doubt, impacted everybody. He just did. It's like Dragon Ball would be Jordan's. like legitimately. Some people have straw hats for sure. I know some people have kunai for sure. But like genuinely speaking, in the West, it's Dragon Ball. It's like the pioneer for a lot of Americanized kids, especially I'll even go further, and some of you guys are gonna call it corny, but especially in the Black community where everything anime was nerdy. Dragon Ball was the first. Dragon Ball and Naruto, I'd say more so Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was at least the first to push the door open. Now, Naruto may have Rasengan you through that motherfucker, but in terms of getting into anime, Dragon Ball is honestly that show. And Akira Toriyama is definitely a Michael Jordan-esque figure when it comes to relatability and to their regimes. Dragon Ball games are repetitive as fuck, but they will never fall off. I actually disagree. I think while they never fall off is accurate. Oh, wait, no. I actually disagree because they will fall off. My bad, I almost said that backwards. Dragon Ball games are repetitive. Some of them, yeah. Because how many times are you going to tell me playing through the story? However, they not falling off? Oh, no. Some games fall off like that. Kakarot only doesn't fall off because Kakarot is amazing at what they do, and Kakarot releases DLC that is actually worth it for a change. But games like Xenoverse 2, not gonna lie, like some people play it, but I like Xenoverse. I'm probably, if you had to pick a Dragon Ball game where I'm best at, it probably is Xenoverse. But nah, Xenoverse fell off a cliff. Fighters lost a lot of motion, despite Fighters being arguably the best Dragon Ball game in terms of quality. So Dragon Ball games fall off all the time. Power scaling in DBS is completely fine. People think a lot of people are Super Saiyan Blue level when they aren't. It's just the anime doesn't give the best context to why people are fighting on SSB level. For example, Kefla and Krillin. No. Dragon Ball Super has very inconsistent power scaling, actually. Trunks is a major example. I don't think Krillin is. I think Krillin is pretty explained, but it's still insanely misleading. Gohan's another example because you'd have to convince me that Gohan post Buu Saga could reach godhood. Like, I get the rage boost thing, but Gohan literally goes from I'm not going to work out anymore from the Buu Saga to boxing Blue Kaioken Goku. And if that's another situation of Blue Krillin, which I don't think it is considering the other opponents he fights, considering he keeps up with Frieza in his battle against Dispo, hell, eliminates Dispo, and those two people that Piccolo had to special beam, like, what? No, Super has several power scaling issues. Also, I don't think that this is a valid debate point. I don't think that you can just say the anime doesn't just provide the best context for it. So, like, even when you're talking about Kefla, which, by the way, I think you got Kefla wrong. Kefla is clearly stronger than Super Saiyan Blue level. But I think the idea that, hey, they illustrated Krillin clashing with Blue Goku, that's not a problem. It's a problem. Especially when you have 18 punnet. It's a problem. The Goku Black arc should have been Goten, who was corrupted from Zamasu from the future in our current timeline. I know it doesn't make sense because Future Trunks never met Goten, but I don't know. Writers right? Make it happen. Put down the fanfics. Toriyama's better than y'all, man. Hey, if there's one thing we can do today, Toriyama better. Please. Oh, my God. Damn near every fight could have been won easily if they remembered to use Solar Flare more. That's kind of like one of those takes, but inevitably no, because Solar Flare wasn't optimized to the level that Krillin had it, and also Solar Flare does leave you open. It's a surprise attack, so you would have to tell me in certain fights that there were a moment in time where someone could go Solar Flare and actually one-tap the opponent, which most of the time Dragon Ball fights just aren't. For example, someone Solar Flares Cell, hits them with everything they have, not gonna happen. Someone Solar Flares Boo, hits them with everything they have, not gonna happen. Someone Solar Flares Jiren, hits them with everything they have, not gonna happen. The fight would have needed to play out very similarly to how they played out. The only way is if you're gonna say after all the synonymous S-tier power-ups, after Goku gets the Spirit Bomb and throws it at Boo, Vegeta just pops up while Boo's pushing a Spirit Bomb, Solar Flare. Then I guess Solar Flare gets the W. Majin Buu would have made Universe 7 stronger, but him not participating helped give lesser characters more screen time. Depends who you swap, duh, but if you're saying swap Frieza for Buu, no, you wouldn't have. Kuhan would have been cooler to see than Vegito, and probably would have been stronger. We already see, okay, well, probably he would have been stronger. We already had Gogeta in the movie and later on in GT and the Broly movie. Seeing a father-son fusion would have been more unique compared to a sibling or rival fusion. Now, this is hindsight. He literally defines his take being hindsight. You don't get Gogeta till after the Buu saga. You don't get Gogeta, you don't see it again till after GT. And then in the Broly movie. You want to know what happens with this take? You just get Kuhan instead. You literally would say this same thing, but invert this. If you got Kuhan, you would have seen Kuhan in the movie, and then you would have seen it later on in GT, and then you would have seen it in the Broly movie. So no, this is a hindsight take 101. And in terms of would have been stronger, well, that's just straight up true. Gohan and Goku are stronger than Vegeta, so yes. In stream right now, Goten was a good character, and I'll hop on court. We'll talk about that. We might have you guys come up. I don't know, but Goten was a good character. He's a character. Goten's out there, sure. Saiyan Saga is severely underrated when it comes to best saga in DBZ. It's a top 2 arc between itself and Namek. I 100% agree. And despite how many times I say the Saiyan Saga is underrated, it's still underrated to me. Because ask anybody, hell, we could play the game right now, and some people are going to say Saiyan just because of hindsight or just to make me look foolish. But you ask anybody who's their favorite saga, Namek, Cell, Namek, Cell, Namek, Cell, Boo, Namek, Cell, Saiyan Saga. It just is what it is. It doesn't have the Super Saiyan transformation. It doesn't have all the extra stuff. But yeah, I definitely think it's underrated arc. Nobody says it's bad though, so the only way that I would say that we're wrong is in the sense that technically nobody's ever said the Saiyan Saga sucks. I've never heard that sentence before, but I think it's underrated because the idea that nobody just favors this arc is crazy to me. GT would be much better than Super's conceptually if it had the same level of execution. I think I agree. Let's give both perfect execution. Ooh, that's actually close. Both with perfect execution is actually very unironically. I don't want y'all to sleep on the idea of Nega Goku. Zamasu could have been the greatest villain. The Universe 6 tournament and then the Tournament of Power or Universe 6 tournament both could have been really fucking cool ideas. And I honestly think the Tournament of Power is executed well more than it wasn't. So what do you have? You have those three. You have, if you just do Frieza better. Oh my God. Ooh, that's actually, I'm gonna go ahead and give GT the nod, but that's my hot take is it's not a blowout. It's actually very close in concept. Because for GT, Baby, Omega Shenron, the idea of just hunting for the Dragon Balls once again, hell, some nerf of Goku's power. This is actually a very interesting one. Both perfectly executed. Who had the better concepts? That's interesting. The way Piccolo got his orange form was well done. Although, yes, him asking Shenron for a power-up does sound Mickey as a Namekian, it makes sense that he would get a special form from the Dragon Balls, especially since it was Kami's dragon sculpture that made those Dragon Balls. Yeah, I don't hate orange, but my community hates rage. My community loves rage. So it's not that I hate Orange Piccolo. My community just loves rage. So when I'm having conversations about transformations compared to other great transformations in the series, and then simultaneously other bad transformations in the series, Orange Piccolo should be on the lower tier than it is the higher tier because he does just straight up ask for it. But that's really a testament to the better transformations in the series more than this being bad. I don't really think there's a lot of bad transformations in Dragon Ball. There's a lot of, I'm trying to sell toys transformations, but bad? Cell's the best bad guy in Z. Vegeta and Frieza, disgustingly clear Cell. I mean, disgustingly clear Cell. I mean, horrifically clear Cell. It's bad. I'm not gonna lie. I rewatched the Namek saga and then went on to start watching the Cell saga again. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna say Cell's overrated because he's not. But man, the difference between him and Frieza is pretty big. I'll say that. Because Cell has some clever dialogue, but Frieza is just the most sadistic, cunning bastard in the series. When we're talking about tenacity, Vegeta's tenacity is so much. He's just so much a more tenacious and scary threat than Cell ever was to me. So no, those two disgustingly clear Cell. Dragon Ball franchise doesn't compare to today's anime because it was made in the 90s, and people that make that comparison don't take into account the longevity of Dragon Ball as the franchise has been able to maintain. It's one of the best pieces of media in terms of longevity. I would have said this a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 16 years. Yes. A lot of modern animes can be animated better, but one thing that's becoming a trend in a lot of just modern stuff, whether it's music, sports, games, stuff falls off quickly nowadays. The naysayers to Dragon Ball nowadays are very abundant, but when you really think about it, we are still talking about Dragon Ball. Yo, Akira Toriyama's a legend, bro. It is ridiculous how long Dragon Ball has been relevant. Agree to disagree with those people, right? I 100% agree with that take. Let's do a couple more. There was a lot of hot takes this week, so if you want to be included, follow up on the Twitter. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And become a member if you want to get the uncut stuff, the exclusive stuff. We did a drinking game with a girl the other day, man. You feel me? Oob deserves better. He is the reincarnation of Boo and was disregarded after that arc and was just treated like another Z fighter as the series went on. Well, in Z, the show ends, so there's that. And then in Super, we get introduced to him rather late because he wasn't, old enough. I'd say give this more time. Unless you're talking strictly GT, then I hear you. DBZ Broly is a better, interesting character than DBS Broly. This is just definition of trying to bait and trigger me. But no, he's not. and not even remotely, not even close. DBS Broly has a better premise, a better design, and he's just straight up cooler and more relatable. Not even close. Trunks can easily defeat Cell. I mean, with rage, I guess. Dragon Ball fans are equivalent to Lakers fans. All right, and this is where I want to end this because I actually have a hot take, and he kind of alluded to my hot take. My personal hot take is, hey, it's cool to like Dragon Ball. I don't know when it happened. I don't know how it happened. And granted, today it's not gonna be in this comment section for obvious reasons. But why the fuck is Dragon Ball a villain of just being liked after it was aired? So were we just supposed to just one day hate fucking Goku? Was I supposed to just see the Saiyan Saga and say, yup, in 30 years, gonna hate this shit? And what do y'all be wanting, bro? It's not fucking hard to like Dragon Ball. It's the one that introduced us all to it. It's like seeing the very first motherfucker dribble a basketball and saying, oh yeah, you like that guy? Dragon Ball's 90% of the reason half of us even know what the fuck anime is. What are we doing, bro? But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your hot takes or whatever. Toriyama, man, you're a fucking legend, dog. Cold take. Burr take. Enormously cold take. Toriyama is a fucking legend, man. RIP you, bro. Take care. Stay blessed. Enjoy life, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy life.